Hi, I'm Jason McLachlan at the University of Notre Dame, and I lead the education components of the Ecological Forecasting Initiative and the associated Research Coordination Network. And the goal for training and education for the Forecasting Initiative is to broaden participation of the diversity of professionals and graduates and undergraduates who could use forecasting in basic and applied ecology. So right now it's a growing field with a lot of interest, but accessibility is limited. And so I'm going to talk briefly about a few activities we have currently underway to make forecasting more accessible to in education and professional settings. So from the perspective of the initiative in general, there is an education working group which you're welcome to join, and you can go to ecoforecast.org to learn more about it and to get access to the group. Currently, among other things, we're trying to collate the available online resources that are relevant to forecasting to identify gaps in resources and online resources that people could use for their classes or for independent study, and to find out what the distribution of those resources is, and then ultimately to create materials to help fill those gaps. So Alyssa Wilson, who works in my lab and with the Forecasting Initiative, has so far collated over 100 resources, and it might be hard to read this, but they're primarily sort of video series, but there's a bunch of courses at the grad and undergrad level in forecasting. There's a couple of textbooks, et cetera. So a whole lot of different types of resources across disciplines. They tend to focus right now primarily on basic tools. So in terms of basic coding in R, that's the majority of the resources available. There's materials on statistics and data science and all the components of forecasting. But we found, in terms of one gap we've identified, is interpreting forecast and sort of the integrative sort of full approach and thinking about forecasting as part of science. And so that's one thing that we think we can improve using resources from the RCN and from the NEON Challenge. So in coordination with the RCN, it's a 5-year grant, so we've got some time and a big group to fill training gaps in forecasting and to broaden diversity. We've got good collaborators with NEON, Project EDDI, et cetera. We've got two workshops and meetings planned this summer. First, to really focus on inclusive pedagogy, not just in general, but sort of concretely identifying best practices and what challenges there are for including pedagogy in sort of quantitatively heavy activities like forecasting. And then we want to leverage the resources of existing courses going on. There's at least 5 courses going on that sort of leverage the NEON Challenge and the challenge teams themselves. So across the number of teams we have a breadth. We'll have a breadth of approaches. We'll have a diversity of teams and topics in the NEON Challenge. And so those provide a set of resources. We're going to challenge the challenge teams to help produce or guide us in producing additional resources for education, to try to fill the gaps, to try to be more sort of comprehensive and integrative. And we'd welcome your participation in this or ideas that you have. If you're interested in any of these meetings or in participating in the education component of the challenge, keep an eye on the website or contact us, or just send a note right now in the chat, and we'll catch up with you soon. Thanks.